Let's proceed. From that point in goddamn gay time, they started giving cameos of the girls. We saw Blue Ivy and Jay-Z out there, and Rumi. Rumi was out there too. And we saw them on the floor. And then, all of a sudden, all I hear was, who they came to see? Me. Who rap like me? I said, oh! I watched that ad. I said, what the fuck is this? Like, I didn't know what I was watching. I was perplexed, right? And then, at the end of it, she said, okay, drop the new music. Well, first of all, Verizon and Beyonce, that's probably the best commercial I've seen in the past. Her facial expressions, her personality, her humor, the edits, the concept, the visualization, her being meshed with a casual Caucasian individual, it was just very, very fucking well produced. Like, it was so good, right? And then from that point, I'm like, okay, I gotta watch this over. So if you watch it, I put it in my story right after I heard that who they came to see. And I'm like, okay. So I watched it over. And at this point in time, Twitter is out of control. Twitter done lost their mind. They're trying to figure out what the hell is she talking about. Like, what the fuck? The halftime show's over and here comes Beyonce's commercial. So the next thing you know, she dropped an advertisement talking about some carriages. And I'm like, what the fuck is this? And then she talking about some Texas Hold'em with a cowgirl hat on. And then all of a sudden, a light bulb goes off of me. Every single thing made sense to me. Okay? And I made a comment about it and I put it in the shade room. And it has one of the top highest comments on there. I said, so she's conquering, So she's conquering all of the genres black people were excluded from. Renaissance. I get it. Okay. I took it one step further in the squad, and this is what I said. I said, everything makes sense now. Beyonce in this Renaissance era, she is conquering every genre that black people created but were excluded from. And she started with electronic house or EDM music. She's now going into country, and I believe that the third act will be rock. Okay? It even made the goddamn fragrance make sense because, yes, it smelled like an old black woman in church, but it also smelled like a drunk white bitch at a rodeo. It did. Her Grammy outfit made sense. The cover of the album made sense. The cowboy hat made sense. She's been promoting this subconsciously since the first album came out. The first act of Renaissance. The disco ball and the horse infused with the cowboy hat, like, it made the Grammy outfit make sense. It made her whitewashing herself slightly with the hair make sense, saying that white people are said to own this genre, but I'm a black girl and I'm going to pull off some white hair and heighten up the hue of my skin a little bit to appropriate myself to a genre that black people created. The baby girl is a genius. Okay? The baby girl is a genius, honey. Okay? And as I'm talking about this, the numbers are being snatched, so I know I'm saying something that might be a little bit controversial. The second act to Renaissance will debut 3/29, and a lot of people on the Shade Room were talking about how can Usher have his moment? Damn, can Usher have his moment? Damn. And I'm like, he did have his moment. He performed with Alicia Keys, and this is what Alicia Keys had to say about it. Some people. Okay? That was his moment. And now it was time for Queen B to make some type of gay announcement, and she did make her gay announcement. Okay? And now we have something to anticipate from Camp Beyonce or whatever. And can we just give it up for her wardrobe? Like, she was giving me all of Stevie Nicks when she had on this damn the pendant jewel in the hair, and it was great. Gaga, you sit up there looking a mess. You had on this eye makeup trying to hold on to what little aesthetic creativity that you spawned your career with is possible. You look bothered. You looked ashy. Ice Spice, you look like you had your little fro on. Yeah, baby, every time I start talking about something controversial, they snatch them numbers like Alicia Keys' voice was snatched. Some people Okay? That's what they do around here, but that's because I'm a truth teller and they can't take. Ice Spice, you had your fro on, but it was good to see you gallivanting with the girls. Meanwhile, Nicki Minaj decides during this entire thing that she's going on station head to run her mouth. These girls are attention whores. If the attention is not on them, they will do anything they can do to get it on them, bruh. I.e. Krishan, who we would not be talking about anymore, okay? Anyway, I thoroughly enjoyed the Super Bowl. I mean, pop culture is back. Pop culture is back. Like, every day there is a new headline or something to be discussed. And for that, I'm very, very gleeful and I'm very, very grateful. Did you watch the Super Bowl? Did you pop a receipt on who you thought was going to win? Because I sure did. If you would have put stock in me, then you might have too.
Good morning. So I'm just waking up, scrolling through my phone or whatever, and I'm looking at the notifications underneath that post I made about Beyonce taking over musical genres that we're excluded from. In the comment section, people are basically alluding to the fact that Black people created country music. I think people are confusing the word created and a part of. Name 10 Black CMA recipients over the past 5 years. Matter of fact, name 5 country Black artists offhand. The average person can't do that. That is what I meant by excluded from. We lack representation in that genre, and Beyonce has basically suggested that she's going to tackle every genre in 3 acts that we have been excluded from, but in fact created. They're not mutually exclusive concepts, and I'm confused as to why people think that they are. I think you just want a reason to clap back. Read for comprehension, not for rebuttal.
I have started to make a lot of noise up under this damn Beyonce post. Okay. I basically went underneath the track post on the Shade Room and said, so she's conquering all of the genres Black people were excluded from. Renaissance, I get it. It now has 15,000 likes. And yesterday, I briefly spoke about kind of the perspective of what I received when this whole Super Bowl Beyonce drop was going down. And basically, it just dawned on me that she is conquering genres of music that Black people were excluded from. The word excluded is causing a lot of controversy on that page. But luckily, I have a show where I can elaborate on what the fuck I'm saying. The word excluded and created are not mutually exclusive, okay? If you want to get technical, Black people created our music. What I was referring to is the fact that if you watch the modern day country industry, there are a very few number of Black people that I can make mention of. Mind you, I'm not a country music fan, so I'm not the one to tell you. But I can ask my grandma who Beyonce is, and she's going to know who she is. I can ask my mother who Nicki Minaj is, and she's going to know who she is. We can't do that with Black country artists. Therefore, even though we created the genre today, we're excluded from it. That's just my opinion. Now, if you are a country music fan, then you probably can rat off 100 Black people that are involved in the industry. But I'm talking strictly about mainstream promotional content, propaganda. I don't see Black people in country. The last person I saw that was Black in country was K. Michelle, and I really feel like Beyonce need to work with her. I really do. Because she said she was going to do it before you decided to do it, B. So please work with Kay. Give her a little boost. You know what I'm saying? And Kay is a great artist, and Kay can actually sing. Kay Michelle and Lil Nas X, and Lil Nas X just took the Old Town Road to hell. Okay, so that is what I was referring to. But people are so quick to, like, in this social media age, you see something and you see it so that you can clap back. You don't see it to understand what he's saying. What I'm saying is that the structure of the industry involving country music has excluded Black people. Because if they haven't, then you could name 10 popular Black musicians in the country industry. And you can. And I can't either. So with all this hubbub and hip, you'll see me in the comment section defending myself because we're not in my realm, okay? And I didn't call no squad up on it because people were entitled to their opinion. I just think that as black people, we can't be so quick to correct everything. Why don't you get understanding before you actually slay some shit? And that's why I feel like I'm an enigma in the black community. Yes, I have the skin tone to be a part of the community, but y'all hoes ain't never accepted me, and this ain't no goddamn different. Okay, I just made a statement based upon something that I realized, and you quick to slay my ass. This is why I say I'm counterculture down. Richie, black, who's been ostracized, and then I'm gender non-binary. And the balloons will have you believing that I'm celebrating it. And because of you, I am. But that's the land of social media. They're dropping comments probably as casually as they're taking pisses. So they don't give a fuck about who is influencing. But I just need to set the record straight. Yes, black people created everything. But creating and being excluded from something that you've created, they're not mutually exclusive. You know, like they're two different concepts, and we're both right. But you'd rather fight about logistics and linguistics than to see what Beyonce is attempting to do. Reclaim. I digress. Cause y'all hoes ain't finna swallow me up. We're finna move on.
I would have been swallowed up. Have you ever been swallowed up?